Let's listen to Let Me Carve Your Way and talk about some of the characterization I hear, and let me guess who Zato is. I don't know anything about him. Here we go. So who is Zato? There is a connection here between this and Love the Subhuman Self. I think I hear it in the rhythm and the way there's a little bit of disconnect here with whoever Zato's talking about, because look at the way Zato is singing and that old-timey radio in the distance, almost it's like a contemplative thing, right? But then underneath there's this forward momentum, but they're off rhythmically, and so they're out of sync. And I think that might actually tie into the lyrics. I once had some sweet memories, its worth remains the same. How can I remember those moments, sweetheart? They should have been right there. Life is moving forward with that drum pattern, but I can't stop thinking about what life we used to have. Vanish into dark, future, now, and past. Vanish into dark when it all mixes up. And I just saw that it looks like Zato's power is to deal with darkness and this sort of like smiling red thing, I don't know, shadow element or whatever. And I think Zato is a complex, obviously, sort of mixed up character that harkens and attaches himself to darkness. We are only syncing up down the line. Everything else is really off rhythm. Vanish into dark, future, now, and past. Vanish into dark, drown in pain, I lost my mind. There's no good or bad in there. Drown in gain, I lost my mind. There's no good or bad in there. Vanish into dark, it's hopeless, fell by the light. You know, it's just like Zato has lost his sense of focus, and he's all over the place. It's like an emotional, like, death almost. There's this incredible pain, and there's this disconnected feeling between the forward propulsion of the rhythm, which is quite rageful, might I add, the drums and the electric guitar. There's an agony and frustration and pain in here, coupled with that sort of off rhythm. Zato has lost something so profound that it has made him lose his mind. It's like...
Dry piles into the footprints behind. Don't forget to respect for pain. Drowning pain, I lost my mind. There's no good about in there. Drowning gain, I lost my mind. There's no good about in there. Drowning pain, I lost my mind. There's no good about in there. Drowning pain, I lost my mind. There's no good about in there. Vanish into dark. Future now and past. Vanish into dark. When it all mixes up. Vanish into dark. It's the sweet smell of death. Vanish into dark. Triple hope never speaks out. Path to liberty, compress the sky. The broken world will cry for humanity. I once had some sweet memories. Each world remains all the same. How can I remember those moments, sweetheart? Tell me, tell me. If there's a man who can make anything, give me the tools to live in the past. It's all gone down so deep I can't see anymore. If that's not the way to go, let me carve your way. I'm in the shadow, always with you.
Wow. So we have this incredible anger and sadness and mental instability. And then at the end, we get the crux. I once had sweet memories. Its worth remains the same. How can I remember those moments, sweetheart? Tell me, if there's a man who can make anything, give me the tools to live in the past. This is all about unrequited love, the ending of something. Maybe that's the connection to love the subhuman self. Let me look up some of the lore. This is enormous. I'm not going to read all of this. Having lost his parents to the Crusades, okay. Zato was taken in by the Assassin's Guild. As an underling, Zato presumably witnessed the Guild's swift expansion and deviation, Slayer's resignation as leader 2 years later, and the organization's subsequent decay. Zato, disgusted with his own powerlessness, risked death by invoking the forbidden arts. He lost his eyesight, but with his newfound powers, he became the Guild's leader within weeks. That same year, Milia, Rage, and Venom were taken in by the Guild. To them, Zato was their savior and teacher. Zato earned Venom's undying loyalty and eventually fell in love with me. We're not supposed to do that. The two becoming Zato's right and left hands, respectively. As leader, Zato had to build the Guild to turn money contracts, but attempted to turn a place where they had nowhere to run after the war could take shelter. The Guild had become massive, making changes difficult. When the Guild was hired to assassinate Duke Dorian Scaburi of Castelia, the mission attracted Slayer's attention, who tested Zato for the changes to the Guild. His meddling led to Milia's capture. Zato, unaware that Slayer would release Milia of his own accord, agreed to assassinate King Saltalia to save her. Yet as they were about to kill the king, Milia stabbed Zato, leaving him for dead, and snatched the baby away to protect him. Despite his wounds, Zato escaped Mining's ambush and met with Slayer under a poplar tree outside the castle. They were soon surrounded by Mining's forces, but thanks to Milia and Venom's intervention, Mining was defeated. Zato spared his life, Mining them becoming his ally. In spite of her betrayal, Zato forgave Melia and let her find foster parents for the king instead of inducting him into the guild. Sometime later, Zato Melia Slayer would later cooperate again in the Mount Rose operation. Zato was hired to take care of Dr. Baldhead, but Zato ended up killing his patient instead, ruining the doctor's life by making him think he had committed malpractice. Zato led a high-risk operation, but Melia, secretly working with the IFF for her acquittal, betrayed him again and took the opportunity to flee. Her escape threw the assassins into chaos, allowing them to be caught red-handed. Zato was arrested and put in a barrier prison where his affection turned to hate. Man, well, there were some red flags there, that's for certain. I really enjoyed that. That was really beautiful, especially the ending, but all of it. It's a real emotional release there, and songs like this are incredibly powerful. There's more Guilty Gear on the channel. You should check out these videos over here. And as always, thanks a ton, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.